Hello and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, I start this video with good news. BOTB, for 1 week only, have reduced their ticket price by 20%. That means that this AMG GT, which has just been added to the lineup, over 100 grand's worth of car, ticket price is now just £3.80. That is ridiculous. That's less than a fiver to win over 100 grand's worth of car. Absolute chaos. They've also added a Ford Focus ST Mount Tune, an A45S, and an SQ7. I will leave the links below. Make sure you go and get involved. They give away a car every single week, as I'm sure you know with BOTB. You're going to be 16 or over to enter. Let's go and get in the AMG GT. You're going to be 16 or over to enter, and you can enter from anywhere in the world. Tickets do start then at just 85p, and you can also win up to £20,000 in the boot of the car as well. Competition ends Sunday, so make sure you go and get involved. And if my MG GT here doesn't float you though, then there are over 150 other cars to play for. Get involved, hit the links below. I'm going to jump in this, and I'm going to go film a video with my brother JE and a couple other familiar faces, so let's go. Welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the back of the long wheelbase Range Rover Vogue, owned by my twin brother. Today is an exciting day. Spin the camera around. Because, where is he? Oh, he's there. There he is. Goodness me. You alright? What's going on?
Lads, are you getting in or out? Are you coming in or out? I'm the chauffeur. I'm asking you a question.
I'm actually trying to do an intro.
Okay, well, I'll soft close you. Goodbye.
Yeah, soft close me.
Soft close, ready?
Yep.
Every single time.
It's not well.
Oh, he's so mad.
He's absolutely lost the prop. Anyway, today, this very car that I'm sat in the back of is actually about to go in to DMS.
How many videos are you filming today?
A few, but I don't really want people working it out.
Oh.
It kind of spoils the illusion, so I might change my jumper, I don't know. You can get them like that. If you change your jumper, you can film like 6 in a day. I've done it before.
Yeah, I've done it.
We've all done it.
So you're tuning this in, yeah?
Yeah. I'm just going to explain that.
Okay.
So basically, we're just going to, he's going to take it in, put it on the rolling road, and we're going to tune it. So bad. Why would it focus? So we're going to take it in, we're going to put it on the rolling road, see how much power it's lost over its 4 or 5 years, however old it is, and then we're going to put a tune on it. He's going to remap it and produce more brake horsepower for the car and see how much it's turning into South African, Archie.
Sweet.
Sweet.
No, anyway,
Red Bull.
Can I actually just, can you give the camera to me?
No, hold on. Yeah, go on.
This on a rolling road is actually chaos.
Because we don't know whether it's going to fit on the rolling road. We've already been in there.
It's a long car.
It's a big old chap.
This on a rolling road is pretty mental.
It's a big old boy. So we're going to chuck it on, find out how much stock power it's making, see what tune is available, add a load of power to it, I just swore at you there, and also see what benefits it can bring, because on these big old boys, on the TD V8s or whatever on earth is in this, the V8 diesel engine, there's actually a bit of lag. Anyone that's driven one of these will know that when you're coming onto a roundabout, as Rob puts it here, you have to book an appointment to pull out, because there's such a lag, and they can actually map that out with the software here, with the programming here. So this is actually quite interesting, and that was a ridiculous start to the video. But we're going to get on the rolling road, we're going to get some stats up on the screen, and we're going to see what this big old boy can do. We're out the car, I just want to stress actually at this point as well, I don't know what's going on with all the kind of virus situation. This is at the point at which, well, there's no lockdown. I don't know whether or not it will go into lockdown, but that's the way other countries have been going. But this is a point at which this video might go out whilst the country's in lockdown. So I don't want you thinking that I'm flouting the law and the rules. Businesses are open, as you can see, so it's business as usual at this point in time, but obviously this isn't live. I've actually had to point that out to some of you before, that these videos aren't live. I know that's mind-boggling, but some of the public for you. So this is probably a couple of weeks back, with the potential that things are going to go into lockdown. I've been stockpiling videos, so please don't shout at me in the comments. Please do not shout, do not swear. We've had Dr. Alex about as well. I don't know where he is. Is he inside somewhere?
Yeah, he's inside.
Or has he gone home? Yeah, so Dr. Alex is about as well. And obviously he's a doctor, and he's been telling people to shut up. He'll probably be telling you right now that not to go outside and whatever, so don't shout at him either. Please, thank you. Public address over and done with. Let's go inside. Should we go inside? Was that all very sensible, Archie? Amazing. Sensible advice.
Amazing.
We do wish people well, though.
Stay safe.
So it's definitely not time to panic, though. That's one thing you've got to realise.
It's going to be alright. Actually not joking. Everyone keep safe.
He says, strolling off.
No, genuinely.
No, that's, yeah, no, that sort of almost seems sincere. Right, let's get the Range Rover in. What? Where is he? DMS, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the big old boat that'll be going on there. I actually filmed a comparison video, this versus my brand new Vogue the other day, and most of you came out calling me a bit of a prat for getting the brand new version. This is a 599 GTO, or is it? Get in the comments. And this is a right-hand drive Murcielago SV, and if there's time today, I'm going to get out in that as well, but that'll probably be a separate churn. Right then, the car is now up on the ramp. Jay, you excited?
Always, as ever, yes.
Okay, fine, right, I don't actually know what I'm talking about here, so let's talk about this. What's it supposed to be showing on the dyno, and what could we potentially achieve?
Well, I don't know, is it going to fit on it?
Well, you don't know, Rob knows, but you don't know.
Yeah,
that's Rob, by the way. Rob is a head honcho here at DMS, so if you come down, come and say hello to Rob. Yes. Yeah, go for it.
It's one of the longest cars we've hit on the dyno. It's a long wheelbase SD V8, 340 horsepower standard, and well, 339 metric horsepower.
Perfect.
And 740 newton meters of torque. Afterwards, with V-power diesel, will be circa 400 horsepower and 840 newton meters. So 100 newton meters and 60 horsepower gain. The gain might not sound so dramatic at the top end, but in the mid-range, about 3,000 RPM, you are 90 horsepower up. So it's a huge difference in the daily, real-world performance.
And yeah, I actually touched on this earlier when I was kind of introducing the video very badly. I said when you pull out like roundabouts and stuff in these things, there's actually a big delay, and I actually quoted you saying you need to book an appointment to pull out. So yeah, you can map that out.
So yes, there's quite a delay. That they try and Range Rover tried to market this at people as a replacement for an S-Class or something like that. So
yeah.
It's a different buyer. You know, if you want an S-Class, you buy an S-Class. You want a Range Rover, it's because you want a Range Rover.
Yeah.
And actually, that first part of where you move off is trying to. I know everyone uses this word waft, and it's a very in word to use.
Yeah.
But they think you want to waft away from the standstill, but actually sometimes you want to get in, especially in London. You see a gap, you want that gap.
Yeah, yeah.
So
slip road as well. It's nothing.
Yeah, you can hear nothing, and because there's nothing, you put your foot down particularly more, and then when it does come in, you get that surge. So
yeah, I've had that actually, even in mine. Yeah.
So we make the throttle much more, progressive, but also much more reactive to your inputs.
Ah.
So it's smoother because it responds when you put your foot down, and then you know how much throttle to give, rather than nothing, overcompensate, and then this big surge of power. So it's much nicer to drive, and just apart from being a lot quicker, it's just
more fuel efficient as well.
Yeah, typically about 1.5 miles per gallon improvement, because the gearbox is really basic in the way the algorithm works. It looks at how far you put the accelerator down and how fast. So if you put your foot halfway down, but very quickly, like a stab at it, it knows that you want some urgent response. It might change down a gear or two, depending on how fast the revs are rising. If the revs aren't rising because there's not enough power, it will drop 2 or 3 gears. After, with the additional torque, we have an acceptable rate of rise of RPM. It will stay in that gear. So
okay.
Less gear changing, so it's more relaxing driving, and also it feels less of a muddle sometimes if
Yeah.
you're differentiating speed of traffic. So if it's slow down, speed up, it's better, and the fact it can comfortably hold a higher gear means you get fuel economy benefits. That's just
Perfect. Interesting stuff. There we go. You weren't going to come out with any of that.
No, I didn't have a
That's
clue.
why I was pointing at Rob and not you, because you haven't got a clue what's going on.
Apart, like you were saying, apart from the power thing as well, just to smooth out delivery, perfect. I'm
Yeah,
happy with
so-
that alone, let alone.
we've had people say that they would have this upgrade just for getting rid of that delay. And
Yeah.
even if there was no power issues, they would still have the upgrade done just purely because of that.
Ah, so it's not just power, it's drivability as well, and there's a little bit of MPG in there. Perfect. Okay. Right then, should we get her fired up then, I guess, and see what number she makes? The old barge. I reckon it's going to be down because it's an old boy. You got an old one, James?
Yeah, Tom, it's been low mileage. I hope it's okay. Okay, leave me alone. I'm scared.
Noisy stuff done then, the fan has stopped, the dyno has stopped, and we've got some readings. Rob has been on the computer. James, you excited?
I'm always excited, Tom. I told you
Perfect
that.
answer, thanks very much. Right, Rob, let's do the clever stuff with you, mate.
So we had V-Power diesel, which Jay kindly filled up this morning, and I said I'm expecting somewhere between 395 and 400 horsepower and 840 newton meters.
There we go.
Stock being 740 newton meters and 339 horsepower. So we've ended up with 392 horsepower
Wow.
and 839 newton meters. So torque exactly bang on. Power, we're talking negligible. 2.5 horsepower off my low estimate, and then I noticed it's actually got mud and snow tyres on.
Ah.
So not an all-weather, but an actual mud and snow. Which
M&S, there we go. Not Marks and Spencer's, but mud and snow.
now the difference is on the first couple of runs, the tyres will get very warm straight away. That's the idea of a winter tyre, a proper winter tyre, and the serrated edge on the roller causes more friction. So you do lose a little bit of power if you have winter tyres on any car, be it Porsche, BMW, Range Rover. So we always say if you have winter tyres on, proper winter tyres, you will lose circa 10 to 15 horsepower.
Ah, I didn't know
I
that.
mean, in the summer, if Jay comes back here with a normal summer or all-season tyres on here, this will definitely give over 400 horsepower.
Okay, and to clarify, this has had a little tweak then. You've done the tweak. So we didn't bother monitoring stock power. We didn't bother looking at that, did we?
Nah.
Well, we did, but I just missed it on the camera.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I was
you
busy.
were otherwise engaged.
I was faffing. I was trying to answer my emails, trying to earn a living in this very uncertain scenario we're in. So yeah, so you've added how many brake horsepower then? Just give us some overall figures. I know you've covered that, but
We're close to 58 horsepower from standard and 100 newton meters. Well, 99 newton meters. I will quite happily round it up to 100.
yeah, 100 sounds better for YouTube, very definitely. And also, Jay's going to notice a difference in the drivability, all the stuff that we mentioned earlier in terms of the lag and the waft effect, which you actually don't really want in London and pulling out to roundabouts and whatnot.
No, it's the drivability. The car will be much more pleasurable. It feels, and I know this sounds weird, but because the drivetrain on this, especially being long wheelbase, is when you put the car under acceleration, the drivetrain, the whole chassis seems to tighten up, and when you turn, especially with the dynamic anti-roll bars and all this kind of stuff that all the V8 models have, diesel or petrol, is that it handles better because you can engage the power so the car can drive more from the rear. If you have a delay, the car seems to surge and then drive from the front.
Yeah.
So it does make it, this is never going to be driver's car of the year, but it does make it more of a driver's car because you can feel the power is giving you more of a, it's more of an engaging drive, for want of a better word.
Perfect. Look at his face. He's very much looking for
chuffed, yeah, I'm chuffed.
you're chuffed.
Yeah,
Are you going to driving it around, James?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking full advantage.
This is actually your only car now, so this is actually quite important to you. This isn't kind of one of many. This is what you're in pretty much 24/7. So
well, we spoke about this earlier as well. I was happy just to have it smoothed out as well, like be a bit more of a smooth drive.
Yeah.
And then the power gain is a bonus because these kind of cars, when you want the power, it's brilliant to have the extra power, but probably over 60-70% of the time.
Yeah. Look, most of your driving in the mid is going to be somewhere in 2 to 3,000 RPM. So, and you'll see this is not a dip as such in the power. the standard, which the standard graph isn't on here at the moment, but the standard graph is exactly the same, and that's because everybody thinks the V8 is a twin turbo. It's one turbo for 4 cylinders, one turbo for the other 4 cylinders. It is, but they are not equal. One side has a small turbo. This engine is very unique for that fact. So there's a small turbo on one side, which gives the lower end response, and there's a large turbo on the other side, and there is a kind of a crossover when the large turbo, the small turbo does a lot less work from here, and the large turbo kicks in.
You can see that, yeah.
So up to about 2700, the small turbo is helping, and the large turbo is doing much more of the work beyond that. So they're linked to a common intercooler, but one side the turbo is much more than the other side, which, to be honest, I don't know why they decided to do that, but it's
Jaguar Land Rover, they're launching themselves. Yeah, it's too late. If it's rubbish.
Both the turbos work, and that's, for me, from my technical experience, probably quite a good thing. So.
Perfecto. Right, well, nothing left to do.
I guess you can report back after the first ride.
Yeah, I will, yeah. I mean, if I haven't wrapped it around a tree, then that's a bonus.
At least, you know, you come up to another SDV8 now, you know you're going to smoke him.
Yeah, he's off now, gone.
There we go. So if you see JE around and you've got an SDV8, then don't do a drag race, because you'll lose. There we go. That's good conclusion there.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's time to end it there. Thank you very much, Rob. As I say, I'll leave DMS's details below. It is not just Range Rovers. And if you have got a long wheelbase, then get involved. Because
what's one of your other cars?
I haven't got a long wheelbase though.
Yeah, but you've got.
Can I bring? Mine's a hybrid. Can I bring it in? What can be done? It's 2 litre petrol.
It's like 3-cylinder or something, isn't it?
All right, he's having a go now. It is actually, to be honest with you, it is actually pretty terrible. It's probably 200 brake. I don't know, what are they? Do you know?
I don't even. I haven't cared to look.
It's a good power pack actually, and we do like the hybrids. We do a lot. Most of the guys here run hybrids. So,
oh really?
Yeah, it's
okay.
That's for tax efficient reasons, because you know it can cost you a third to run a 330e than a 320d.
Yeah.
For the same money, it's benefit in kind is much less. So the Range Rover.
There we go then.
I know you're not buying it as a company car, but you know that's why your model is particularly popular. And
I've seen a lot around.
Yeah, so although it's a 4-cylinder turbo engine, it's actually the hybrid makes it the equivalent of a 6-cylinder turbo engine. So
lots to be done.
Yeah.
In eco mode it doesn't really move, but in the other modes it does. So good. I may well bring that along then. That will be another churn. That'll be another video. Very exciting stuff. Anyway, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As I say, I will leave the details below, and if you get in touch, it will either be Tony on the phone or Rob on the phone. Say hello from me anyway. Anyway,
cheers.
Say bye.
Thank you, and thanks for having me on the channel.
Yeah, no worries at all. See you soon. Bye. Oh yeah, and stay safe as well. Bye.